My name is June Armstead. I am a cosmetologist in San Francisco, California. I was interested in taking the hair coaching course to expand my knowledge, expand my career in the industry. I had not heard of hair coaching outside of doing a little research and finding there were a lot of hair coaches in Europe, and I really didn't find anyone in the States. And I was very intrigued and interested in the process and what the program had to offer. What I learned about the hair coaching business since taking the hair coaching course is it is more in depth and more detailed than what I expected. I will honestly say that it was very humbling to go through the process, especially since I've been in the professional beauty space for at least 30 years. It was a lot of information that, to my knowledge, I don't remember us addressing a lot of things in cosmetology school, especially regarding textured hair. And the more I got into the course, I realized just how in depth it was. And so I learned a lot. I learned a lot of information that I probably would not have found out about unless I decided to take the course. Most interesting aspect of the entire program was well, there were a lot. There were a lot of interesting aspects, but I think whatever I whatever I learned in each module, I actually implemented in the salon behind the chair. And some of the instructions, I wasn't quite certain if it would like really work. And to my surprise, I was floored. I was shocked. One of the things, it was a lot of things I learned, but one of the first things that I implemented was using the event brush to brush out and detangle wet hair, which in cosmetology, that is somewhat of a no-no per se because of the stretching and the possible breaking and all of that while the hair is wet. And I was able to go through and detangle a head of hair probably 15 minutes shorter the amount of time than it would normally take on clients that I have done for years. So I think that was the first thing that I realized I really need to pay attention to this material. Most interesting highlights of the course were for me it was the last two modules, I believe, or the modules before the course project, where it was the hair coaching framework. And then uh, I forgot what the other one was called, but those last two modules where I actually had to decide, okay, now I've gained all this information. How am I going to develop? It was almost like a business plan. How am I going to implement this to actually start a hair coaching business? So that part really stood out to me, and I had to um, not rush through it, but take my time to really establish like what is it going to be called? When am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to merge it with the salon? Am I going to merge it with the salon? Is it going to be something separate? The demographics, I had to rethink about the clients I service, and is this hair coaching going to broaden that to a different type of clientele or an additional type of clientele? So those two modules really stood out to me. I'm very confident in my abilities to start the hair coaching career. The information that I've gained, the notes that I've taken, compiling it into kind of study notes and how to implement everything and the different products that I'm gonna offer. So taking a little time to just, now you had your study notes, but now you're going to take your study notes and you're going to put them all together for your business and how you're going to explain information to your potential clients or the clients that you're actually coaching. So that was something I actually was thinking about last night, where it's like, okay, well, this is study notes for studying, but it's like, okay, now how do you take these study notes and make it information, references that you can go back and forth with when you are actually doing hair coaching sessions? And how do you take this information and translate it to the layperson that they have no idea when they're coming to you, all this information that you have? How do you relay this information so they can understand? How do you break it down? How do you put it into easy step-by-step routines for them? So that's the part that I'm actually going to start working on this month. I'm going to take the month to take all my study notes, and now it's like, okay, I have this information and this is great knowledge. Now, how do I implement it? How do I translate this information to a potential client or a client that you actually have in hair coaching? If you are a licensed professional and you, even if you've been in the industry many, many years, this is definitely a course that you need to take. This is going to be an eye opener. It's going to challenge you. It's going to humble you. And I believe that you need to take it. It will be really beneficial for yourself as well as clients, that your pre-existing clients, as well as gaining new clients in the future.